Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of All the Mods 6. How are you guys doing today? How's life? Today I want to get into a mod called Eidolon. It seems to be a mix between witchcraft and homecraft, so I'm very excited. And why am I going to play with new magic mods? Well, first off, we're waiting for crystals. Secondly, we do have a few islands and mountains that we need to fill with structures. And most importantly, in Eidolon, we get to sacrifice villagers. I have nice eyes.
Lord of Darkness, you have beautiful eyes.
I know. It seems that everything in Eidolon is going to require something called a pewter ingot, which you get it from pewter blend. And it's essentially a mix of iron and lead. I don't think this mod is supposed to be done by applied energistics, but we're going to craft a few ingots. It seems that our first priority is to try and find a witch. Therefore, we're going to have a very temporary mob farm and see if we can find a witch. It's very dark. What the hell? Can we have a few mob imprisonment tools? Just in case. Oh, there's a witch. Nice. You come with me? I don't know what you are, but you're coming with me too. Oh, these guys are nice. We could have summoned lightning on a villager, but this also worked. Besides, we did manage to get a few more mobs. I am actually going to set up Eidolon on top of this mountain because it looks creepy. If I have understood the tutorial correctly, we're going to need an altar, which is made out of wood, and then we need a straw effigy on top. And this is going to be our praying altar to the Dark Lords. Yes, I pray to myself. And the main reason that we needed a witch, that is not a witch, this is a witch. So the main reason that we needed a witch is that we need to learn how to pray. So we throw him the book. Are you going to give it back? Thank you. And he has taught us the wicked sign, our first chant. So now if we come to the altar and do the dark prayer, something should happen? I'm not happy apparently. According to the book, I can only pray once per day, which is not very good. So we need to make the best out of it. There are items that we can add to the altar to make it more powerful. I have not made candles yet, so we're going to go with a lantern. We do have a wither skeleton skull, so you go over there. We can also add some herbs, which I'm going to add a wither rose. By the way, before we start making any structures for this mod, we're going to advance as much as we can so that we know what items are required. And what that basically means is that at the start, everything is going to look garbage.
Lord of Darkness, you have beautiful eyes.
I should have removed that. One more thing, I have converted one of our ore miners into a botanic miner because I was looking for a very specific sapling. These guys. They are from Ars Nouveau and these are the woods. They look amazing. It's just that there are 4 different types of saplings and we only have 2. I think it has been more than 1 day, so let us pray one more time. You jerk. Oh, we got something! I gave myself a new sign, the blood sign. And by unlocking the blood sign, we get to sacrifice animals. A new chapter has been opened. But not everything in Eidolon is going to be done on an altar. We also need a workbench and also a crucible, which it seems you can just put it on top of a magma block, and that is much better than a Thaumcraft version where you have to have fire. Oh, you can't do that. It is perfectly fine. We can use a bucket. Do you boil? Oh yeah, that is nice. We don't really need to start with a cauldron, but I just want to understand how the mechanic works. For instance, if we want to make a golden apple, there are 3 stages. 2 gold ingots, then we have to wait, then we add an enchanted ash, we stir twice, and then we add an apple. Also, enchanted ash is basically smelted down bones. So let us add our water. So we're going to add the gold, we add the ash, and we stir twice. And the apple? Yes, okay. It's not very complicated then. One of the basic materials that we need in order to craft anything from this mod is called a soul shard. And it seems that we have to get it through a crystallization ritual. So we're going to need a brazier, 2 stone hands, and we also need some undead creatures. And I'm hoping wither skeletons are undead, hopefully. According to the mod developer, you should be able to use this enchanted ash in order to make a barrier for undead creatures. So if I put a wither skeleton inside, he should not be able to come out? Okay, good. It's very difficult to place them. Okay, so brazier goes here, we make the 2 offering hands, and we need redstone, and bone meal. Here is the redstone, and here is the bone meal. And obviously, we need to set it on fire. Oh, that is nice. That is really nice. I like the effects. That was cool. We got 5. I think since we need quite a bit, let us take a few more. You know what? In order to make my life easier, we can just extend the platform. Just a bit. So again, redstone, bone. Oh, we got 9. Interesting. Anyhow, now that we have some soul shards, we can get to the good stuff. For instance, one of them is called the arcane gold. The soul shards are kind of expensive, so let us not mess it up. We add the redstone with the soul shard, we wait, we add the gold. Okay. I did not mess it up, because for a second I actually forgot to drop the soul shard. And the main reason that we wanted gold was to try and make a goblet, which I think we can craft it in any crafting table. So the goblet goes here, and now the altar is more powerful. Here is the point. In order to further advance, we need to sacrifice an animal. Sacrifices are highly valued, but they may only be performed once per day. Apparently, as the Lord of Darkness, I am a very busy person. Anyhow, I did bring a pig, we have a goblet, and if we kill him, we get blood. And now that we have obtained the blood, we can make this chant, and we should unlock something new. So it was like this, right? Oh, you're happy. And we got a new symbol, which is the soul sign. And now the most important thing is we have unlocked something called a touch of darkness. And if we cast this chant, we should be able to unlock the unholy symbol, which is this one. So we need one pewter inlay, and apparently we have to look at it and then start chanting. Please work. Yes. Is this also once per day, or can I do it indefinitely? I can do it indefinitely. The reason that I wanted this unholy symbol is that we can make a tool with it, which makes gathering soul shards much easier. We just needed one tattered cloth, which you get it from the raids. And we do have a mob farm. The item that we want to craft is called Reaper's Sight, Harvester of Soul. We need 2 soul shards, unholy symbol, tattered cloth. And there you go, Reaper's Sight. The mod is not designed to be used like this, but we're going to make this unbreakable. And let me do a few enchantments. How did you get in here? This is why you're a fisherman. I am gathering some items in order to do a little bit of crafting in Eidolon, but I did manage to enchant our site. It has Smite 9, Looting 5, Warpal 6 and Sweeping Edge 6. My inventory is empty of any soul shards. Let us see how many we will get. Oh, compressed versions. Nice. I got 49. Actually, all of that goes inside the item collector, so how many did we get? Oh my goodness. In that case, I'm assuming we have plenty. Anyways, now that we have the unholy sign, new chapters have been unlocked for us. We should start making a stone altar and one elder statue. Which brings up a question, are you the arcane gold or normal gold? Arcane gold. It would seem that we don't need our altar anymore, and we have to change it with the new one. And to be honest, it does not have a crazy recipe. Let's make more. Then all we need is a little bit of arcane gold, which is easy peasy. The elder statue, which I'm assuming you just go on top. Did you unlock anything? Well, we have not unlocked anything, but let me upgrade the altar and see what we have to do. For tallows, you have to use a blast furnace? Weird. I needed the tallows in order to make some candles. That's it. We do have a brand new altar which is fully upgraded, and now we have to ask the Lord of Darkness to provide us with the final chapter. This one. And it seems the way that you do that is by offering him sacrifices. And then we just chant. I'm happy? No. And unfortunately that can be done once per day, which is perfectly fine by me because I can use this time productively and try to get a shadow gem. Essence of Death, that sounds really nice. So, zombie heart, rotten flesh, we add the bone meal, and we stir twice. And now the charcoal? Yes. Essence of Death. I'm actually pretty excited about this one. Let us get more. Does it have any other uses? No. Can I place it down? Can I eat it? No. Then I'm guessing there's no point. We just make this. This one has like 4 stages and I'm sure I'm going to mess it up. So coal. Oh, I need to have an empty hand. Then ghast, death. We stir once. You. We stir again. And diamond. And we stir again. No. Yes. I think last time I forgot to drop 1 soul shard. That's it. So this shadow gem is actually used in a ritual in order to make the sword of sapping, but the main reason that I want it to make the wicked weave. It's a very expensive material. I'm hoping it does not consume it. It does. It's perfectly fine. I think 16 is enough. Because the main reason that I wanted that was to get the cloak and the boots. Minus the pink belt and the pink charm that I have on my head, it looks nice. It's also supposed to give you magic resistance and the boots are going to make you walk faster. We need an armor room. One day. Of course we're going to use our final shadow gem in order to make the soulfire wand. And this should be cool. Yes, I like that. The animation is really nice. It has been the next day and I think we should be able to do 1 more sacrifice. Let us try this. Good, we have the blood. I just slept. Is it a thunderstorm? We have the blood, now we have to chant. Please hear me, please. I have new knowledge. Sacrifice a villager. which unfortunately we have to wait for another day. But at least right now we do have an idea on which items we need for Eidolon. I want to say that it is the next day and we should be able to do one more sacrifice, but you might notice that it's been a few days later and I tried to do something for Eidolon. Of course, the whole idea was to have an excuse to cover this murky water thing cause it was bugging me. And also this island had literally nothing on it, except those, which look really bad. But we do have our brazier set up over here, the cauldrons are here because water is over here, you cannot pump water into them, which is weird. And here we have a very small altar for praying. And by the way, I noticed that these guys can be used as a display stand. And since you all know that I'm very garbage at building, you should know that these trees are not mine. They are actually these trees from Ars Nouveau and I just switched the logs and the leaves. Some of them are not the best, but at least I like this one. We have to go and find our fisherman. He's the new sacrifice. Why are you hiding? Come with me. I did disable the Easy Villagers mod, but the pack got updated, so it was enabled again. You should not have lived in my armory. You have no idea how difficult it is to keep him in one location. Okay, don't move. Maybe if you were not occupying my armory, you would have lived longer. Did we get blood? Yes. We just fixed my floor. That is a hazard. And we need to chant one final time. So it's this one? Hear me. You have heard me. We have unlocked the final sign, the mind sign. This mod looks incredibly cool. I love the mechanics, but the problem is it's still in development and that was the entire progression. There are a few more trinkets that we will get later on because they are actually very useful, but there is one item that I want to try, and that is called the Soul Enchanter. If I'm not mistaken, you put your item inside with one soul shard, and then you can choose which enchantment you want, but you will only get level 1. That was a challenge? After doing a few enchantments, you might notice that you should be able to upgrade the enchantment that you want, for instance Venom, to Venom 2, or Knowledge of Ages to Knowledge of Ages 2. So here's what I want to know, does it go higher than vanilla? Because if this is the case, it's extremely cheap for us. See Infusion 5. It's just that there are so many enchantments in this mod pack that getting the enchantment that you want takes a while. Well, I got Capturing 5. Yeah, unfortunately I think it's not possible and this guy is maxed out. But we did manage to get a few good enchantments, Capturing 5. I will try to see the enchantments later on, but let us focus on some technology. How many crystals we have? 212. It's not enough, is it? And besides, I'm not sure, should I upgrade this one to tier 3 or this one to tier 4? For the tier 4 ore miner, we need 52 frames. That is 208 crystals, and we have 213. Actually, if we get one more so that we can also make the controller, we can make it tier 4. Although we can just make the tier 4, not the augments. Well, I do have to set in the patterns, so I'll be right back. You know what, I'm not exactly sure if we have enough palladium in order to upgrade this tier 3 to tier 4, but that one is a tier 2, so if I made any mistakes, we can risk it on that. I have already made the controller, but if we manage to afford 52 frames, then we're good. Oh, we can. Yeah, it was 208, okay. We do not have enough palladium in order to make the frequency modifier tier 4, but we can make tier 3, because we need 12 of that. Oh, that's 48, okay. It's cheap. So my dear friend, here is your chip. Assemble yourself, and we just need to provide you with power, which seems to be enough. Yeah, it's consuming 10,000 RF per tick, and we can handle 65,000. Okay, good. What is this? Oh, they keep their inventories. Interesting. After palladium, we go to ionite, so we don't need the lens. I'm confused, are you even working? Yeah, seems to be working. Cause honestly speaking, you would expect to see at least one crystal going through. Oh, there it is, okay. I was impatient. I have hooked up our inscriber setup and our power setup to applied energistics, and so far so good. I just wanted to see if everything works, so I ordered a few processors, and the interfaces are down here. We also got 4 pieces of ionite, so I did make a lens for it. And so far, this is our crystal situation. It's a little bit disproportionate because I did manage to make a few frequency modifiers. But regardless of how everything goes, next episode we want to start processing fissile fuel, and our power situation is not the best. We have 2 reactors, one of them is nitro, one of them is spirited, and we're generating somewhere around 180,000 RF per tick. So just as a very temporary measure, we're going to make a few more nitro reactors. I said this is not going to be a very complicated pack, but look at our pattern situation. I've encoded more than 150. We need 36 of these blocks per reactor, I need 3 reactors, so I need 108. And the only thing that we're missing is clay. Yes, now everything is fine. I forgot that the recipe over here actually works with blaze rods rather than blaze powder, and I had to make a few changes. But now it works. I am calling this a temporary solution because in order to generate fissile fuel at maximum speed, we need somewhere around 250 to 300,000 RF. And 4 nitro reactors are going to give us around 440,000 RF, which should cover our needs. I'm also thinking that maybe from this area onwards we should not use wood, because this is going to be reactors and thermal evaporation towers and so on and so forth, so wood doesn't make sense. All I'm trying to say is that maybe we should start transitioning to more industrial stuff. Oh, we need 28 more pieces. So why are you making extra? Okay, 3 of them have been set up, that's 300,000 RF, and we can remove this one. And unfortunately, we don't need you anymore. Generating RF is one thing, banking it is something else. In this modpack we do not have that many options, and the only options which make sense is the induction matrix from mechanism, which obviously for that we need lithium dust. Therefore we need to start getting lithium, and for that we need thermal evaporation towers. The question is, should I make a pattern or should I be lazy? Yes, let us be lazy. We just order 2000 steel, which seems to be working fine, and I'm guessing we just start crafting. And on a very positive note, we just need 4 more blocks. That's it. I want to be able to bring it up by a few blocks, so maybe we do something like this. And yes, I like elevations. I don't think we need to go to the maximum height, which is 18, because I'm going to use a resistive heater. So maybe we just go like 12 high. I have my particles off and I was wondering why they're not functioning. Yes, they did form. So how do we get lithium? We get it from a thermal evaporation tower by using brine. The fluid, not the person. And how do we get it? We apparently can also get it from chocolate and honey, but generally water. So I'm going to use this thermal evaporation tower in order to get brine, the fluid. We just pump in water and we should get a little bit. Yes, at a very miserable rate, because we don't have any heat. So I'm going to put one resistive heater next to the sink. We are going to provide it with power, and I'm going to set it to 3000 RF. That should increase the heat. Yes. Of course, now that we have the heat, we need to transfer it to the thermal evaporation tower. And for that, we need a thermodynamic conductor. And we just set you to extract. Yes. Very good, very good. We have the brine, the fluid, and then we're going to have some janky piping in order to transfer it to the other thermal evaporation tower, which is slowly giving us lithium. And obviously, we can speed it up again by having a resistive heater. Oh, that is the wrong pipe. You don't really need to extract it. It auto-extracts on its own, because this is full. If you have played with mechanism, you know that there is no contraption which works without having a rotary condensator, because the lithium that we're getting in this thermal evaporation tower is a liquid, and we need to start converting it into a gas. And that lithium gas has to go inside a crystallizer, which is always facing the wrong way. Are we good? Yes. And after giving it power, that will convert it into lithium dust, which we are just going to import it into our applied energistic system. That's it. And so far, we have 14. And I do have a very good news, our final reactor is ready. Of course, we are not going to make the induction matrix today because I do not have the resources, but at least we have the technology to make it. We also don't really want to have a crazy amount of lithium, so maybe we're just going to give them 4 speed upgrades. That's it. And yes, I do understand that I can sneak right click the upgrades inside the machine. I can't really shift. This is a decent rate. Anyway guys, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.